all the way from Memphis, and Petey's all the way from his car. We have an absolute commitment to our listenership in the United Kingdom because they're dying to know what we think after Nebraska loses to Michigan last Saturday. Nebraska 27 to Michigan 30. I've got a lot of takes that I wrote down during the game, and I've thought about it a lot. I've cooled off quite a bit since the game. But let's start with you today, Petey, from the car. What are you thinking?
Thinking back, I feel like we had numerous opportunities to win that game. I wouldn't say lock it in just because Michigan is a tough opponent and they've been winning for quite a while now, so they can gut out tough victories, and that's something we are not good at historically. And that touchdown pass that we caught that I think ended up leading to a field goal where we went out of bounds. That was so frustrating because that was like the most wide open receiver we've had all day. So that was annoying.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Was that first half? Yeah, first half.
Yeah. Where the illegal touching because our end zone is painted the same color as the border. So that doesn't make a lot of sense. Couple penalties, and then also just some missed opportunities, I think. But I will say I am impressed and I am satisfied that we were in that game until the end, and that we also didn't lay down when it looked very grim. And we clawed back to a 3-point deficit at the end with an onside kick opportunity to either tie it or go in and score and win.
The culture has definitely changed because I think we were texting each other during the game, and you're like, if this was Frost, it would have been, we would have just laid down. And I agree with you. Instead of here we go again, we're down 10-0. And the guys shooting hot dogs off 10-0. We're down 10-0. I was so what is this whole program needs? We're going off to Vegas and we're shooting hot dogs and we're down 10 points. But anyway, it's definitely, we've gone from a here we go again to a definite next play mentality.
Yeah.
And
let's see what happens.
You can see it. And I was watching specifically the body language of the players on our sideline, and a lot of them were down. But there are a couple of leaders out there on our team that were getting guys up. Jacory Barney's one of those guys. Rocco Spindler's one of those guys. You could see them hey, let's go. And it makes a difference when you have some leadership. I have a question for you, Petey. Would you have kicked that field goal, or would you have gone for it on fourth down on our first drive?
That drive was going so well. I understand going for it on fourth. If you can't get a yard, then you don't deserve it anyway.
We had 3 opportunities to get 2 yards, and it just, oh my gosh. I think, first of all, that in of itself drove me nuts. It's like red zone. It's like there's a wall there.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, I was sitting next to my seatmate, my buddy Brent, and he and I have been going to games for well over a quarter century. We're both like, you got to kick the field goal. Well, why? Because it's Big Ten football. That's why. You got to take the points we can get them. And, did it cost us the game? I don't know. But philosophically, I don't think that we can get cute in that situation. Kick the field goal, kick the thing deep, and then defend the field. We said it before, and we weren't even angry at that time. Of course it is. But no. In that case, it was 2020 forward. We're like, you need to kick the field.
Yeah, I'm with you. I feel like would it have been nice? Obviously, it would have been nice to get points on the board. But I think it would have even been a bigger statement to go down on our first drive and get 7 points on Michigan.
Well, you're with this rule cowboy roll the dice kind of Vegas mentality.
I'm not with anything, and I'm not in any camp. I just feel like I understand both sides of the coin.
I understand both sides, but I also, just from watching Big Ten football for enough years now, I just know that
a field goal one way or the other can go a long way.
It can go a long way, and this is about winning the game. It's about putting your position in the best position to win. And at that time, I thought this is not putting us in the best position to win. So it's opinion. That's my opinion. In close games, and I saw this, and I have not, listeners. I haven't sourced this. It's off the internet, so God knows if it's even correct. But in single-digit games, where Nebraska either wins or loses by single-digit games, Bo Pelini was 20-11.
What are we, like 3-22 now?
Bill is 4. Let's get to that. Bill Callahan was 10-7. Nice guy Mike Riley was 7-10. Not bad, Mr. Nice Guy. Scott Doofus, who's now 3-0 at Central Florida. Everybody thinks he's the greatest coach again. But anyway, was 5-22. And Matt Rule's 4-11.
Hey, he just beat the GOAT.
Yeah, well, Matt Rule's 4-11. So I don't know. I mean, if you're 4-11, maybe you need to think about kicking that field goal. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not, and listeners, I am not by any means saying Matt Rule needs to go. I think he needs to be here another 5 years. We even think about getting rid of him if he's bad. But I'm calling a spade, man, and that's a spade that I'm going to call, just like I called Vegas last week. Speaking of Vegas, you were absolutely correct on the Bud Crawford leading the team out. It was cool. I will say it was cool. But before we pretend like we are Bud Crawford, we need to be like Bud Crawford. And we're not like Bud Crawford. We're not Bud Crawford. That's my take on Bud Crawford. Like, if we're gonna idolize a guy, why don't you freaking be like the guy?
It's hard.
Win one
He's a
fight.
hard guy to be like.
Well, but I don't know.
The best.
And did you know? And this is the end of my stupid comments. You couldn't see it on TV, but Matt Rule was wearing like gold shoes, dude. Like gold sparkly shoes. I don't know if Crawford gave him those.
Trying to be like Prime, baby.
I don't understand it. I thought it was weird. Just a side note. Okay.
Well, here's my thing. I think outside of 3 very big plays, we played the better football game.
Well, the stats are closer than what you think.
I feel like we gave up 3 30-plus yard touchdowns.
There you go, YouTube. Can you see that, YouTube? Probably not YouTube. There we go.
Now you're being a boomer. Get that out of here.
I'm being a boomer, dude. Well, we had 23 first downs. They had 16. Third down conversion, we were 2 out of 13. They were 4 out of 12. Time of possession of 33 minutes for us, 26 minutes for them. Penalties, 3 for us, 4 for them. Total plays, 72 for us, 56 for them, which I thought that's some pretty interesting stats. Now, here's where the problem is. We had 43 rushing downs. Oh, did I mention that we play in the Big Ten? We had 43 rushing yards. 43. And what did I predict, Petey, that they were going to have? Michigan was at, I said, between 250 and 300 yards. Well, they had 286 yards. Ouch. Now, passing yards, the Huskers had 308 yards, and Michigan had 105 yards. Total yards, Nebraska 351, Michigan 391. Something about rushing that ball in the Big Ten, brother. We got to get it done.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. That surprised me. That I feel like Emmett had a really good game, but I guess we were getting him the ball on swing passes and stuff. So
yeah, they did, and our tackles were getting crushed. I mean, our tackles looked pathetic. After I talked earlier on this podcast about how happy I was that we had depth at tackle, both of our tackles were getting their asses handed to them. Bad. You go back and look at it. The pocket was collapsing. Those guys were bringing. One time they brought 3 guys and got to Dylan, one of his 5 sacks. 3 against 5 of our guys. So we can't stop 3 guys with 5 of ours. This is Big Ten football.
I feel like that's the last. It's the most important thing we have needed over the last several years, but it's the last area of focus. However, I mean, like, they went out and got a couple of those guys in the transfer portal and spent a bunch of money on NAL.
Well, Pritchard freaking got his typical penalty per game. He's, my understanding, he's getting paid $1 million a year. Spindler inside, I think Rocco Spindler's pretty decent. I mean, I think our interior is okay, but no, they're not. They can't stop freaking 3 guys.
Yeah, they gashed us pretty good. So, but I am
You and I have an
looking forward
NIL
to
wish list, right? It's both offensive and defensive line. I mean, that's that
big,
simple.
yeah, big playmakers. But I don't know. I'm happy if I were ever gonna be happy with a loss. Like I guess optimistic after this loss, especially with the way our schedule sets up. That like we're gonna be okay on the road, and I think we may like this just shows that we can compete with the big boys. We did it last year against Ohio State. I've referenced that before. We just did it with Michigan, who won a national title 2 years ago. Like we can compete. It's just taking that next step. So I feel like we're getting close, and we are getting way better. We're not quite there yet,
How
but
much patience should I have, Petey, in the next 6 weeks?
well,
Quite a
I
bit.
think all of these. I don't know if Penn State falls in that schedule, but I feel like all of them are winnable games. You know
No,
what I'm saying? So like we
USC
should be.
USC falls in that, but
Is it USC and UCLA?
no, that's the next week. Yeah, I mean UCLA would be 7 weeks probably, but we got
They're
Maryland.
all winnable.
Maryland's undefeated. We're playing Maryland on the road. We're playing Michigan State. I don't know. I agree with you. I mean, in the sense of we were disappointed, but we weren't embarrassed, and we haven't been able to say that for a while, right?
Yeah, it was one of those games where it's like, and I don't know really any other comparison to make, so I hate making this comparison, but it's like there's those like SEC games every week where it's like a top 25 matchup, and like it's okay to lose that game as long as it's competitive. That was this. You know what I'm saying? There's a very good chance we lost this game. We had plenty of opportunities to win. We just came up short, and like it's like okay, we're there. We just need another piece or two, over the next year to like get us to the point where we can be the ones that make a play and flip the game in our
O-line, D-line, baby. O-line, D-line. Okay, there is, I do want to do a shout out again, kind of an ICU, and that is Jacory Barney. Dude, that guy, that
he
freaking
can
punt
ball.
return. Oh my God, that punt return that he had to set up the touchdown
He's trying to
was
score every time.
he is trying to score every time. He believes he can score every time. The guy is a winner, and he's busting out. He's busting his rear end, and I really appreciate it. So thank you, Jacory Barney. I think he's special, special, special player. And then obviously the Hail Mary right before
Oh,
halftime.
sweet.
I get goosebumps talking about it, but during the game I definitely had goosebumps. I mean, that's right down to my end zone, and it's like, and then I went and saw how he did it, on the replays later on, and it's like incredible. He just went and got it. If anything exemplifies a guy wants to win, it's that one play. I mean, he just went and got it. He bent his body. He knew that he was going to catch that ball. When it was released, Jacory Barney knew that he was going to catch it. And we just need a whole bunch more Jacory Barneys on our team, I think. So thank you, Jacory Barney. Okay, Petey, Michigan State, what's their record? I don't know. This is unfiltered. Sorry,
Yeah, I haven't even
Sparty.
looked.
I don't even know what
It's a
your
bye
freaking
week.
record is. I don't know who
It's a
you
bye
freaking
week, Petey.
played. Yeah, it's a bye week, so maybe next week we'll know what their record is. But I anticipate that we'll beat Michigan State. I didn't have them in the loss column when we in our predictions earlier this season, but
We
I
should
don't know.
win.
I think we're going to beat Sparty probably by a touchdown. I don't know. So I'll say
I
7
think we
points.
win Michigan State, and then our schedule gets a little interesting because it's against teams we should beat, but have beaten us. Like just we haven't shown up against over the last couple of years. So, which there was a lot of that.
Well, I got Sparty 28-21.
Yeah. I
I mean,
mean,
excuse me. I got Huskers 28.
I mean, Nebraska's gonna win. I think we'll win by like 14-17. I think we're gonna come back and
Ooh,
revenge this loss.
hope so. Well, we got a couple weeks off. Well, Petey, thank you for taking time out of your busy day. Are you driving as we speak, or are you in a parking lot?
Nope, I'm parked. I'm being safe. I'm parked.
Attaboy.
Just
Attaboy.
going to get the kids, so you didn't want all that noise in here while I did this.
Send babysitters, England. Send babysitters. Until then, go Big Red.
Go Big Red.